Multiple wildfires that are consuming acres and acres. This is just, building after building as far as the Los Angeles area is concerned, displacing tens of thousands of people, ravaging entire neighborhoods as strong winds and dwindling water supply is adding to the fury. Firefighters are finding it very difficult to stop the destruction. This is at a time when fires are not reported in the Los Angeles area. What's really leading to this ravaging fire? My colleague Vishnu Som gets us a ground report.
Having to walk. This is crazy.
The situation in Los Angeles continues to be fairly grim, with fires being reported constantly. Firefighters have been fighting for more than 24 hours to contain what are essentially 4 to 5 major fires. Behind me you can see the Pacific Palisades fire. There are approximately 7,000 structures over here, of which 1,000 have been completely destroyed. The sense, if you look at all of these fires put together, is that this could end up being the most costly natural disaster potentially in America's history. Firefighters are working constantly. A lot of areas in the greater Los Angeles region do not have electricity at this stage. There have been evacuations which have been ordered for upwards of 60,000 people, most of whom would have already left their homes. 5 people have lost their lives. An emergency has been declared. Firefighters continue to work, including reserves, people who have had experience in firefighting in the past. They've been called in as well. It remains a fairly tense situation. The President, Joe Biden, continues to monitor the situation very, very closely. The biggest concern now, winds and the wind speed. If there are winds, then these fires cannot be contained. The Palisades fire alone has consumed more than 15,000 acres. The goal now is to ensure that it doesn't spread to other areas. Already there is a sense that it has started spreading. For example, Hollywood residents have been told to evacuate. There are fires also in the Malibu region. The situation remains very, very volatile as Los Angeles faces another unpredictable night. In Los Angeles, Vishnu Som for NDTV.
Thank you so much, Vishnu, for explaining it to us as to what is really going on the ground. And we also have Vishesh Chachra, who is a resident of Beverly Hills. Evacuation orders are in place for his area as well. But he's willing to do this short interview before he evacuates. Thank you so much for speaking with us, Vishesh. Take us through what is really the situation around you. Are there fires close to your house?
Hi, namaste. Thank you for having me. Are the fires close to us? Well, I guess that is a relative question. Right now, the primary fire of concern is called the Sunset Fire, which is in the Hollywood Hills, about 4 miles south of my house where I am right now. And earlier today and last night, the primary large fires were anywhere from 7 to 14 miles away. And at that time, that seemed pretty close. And so this one seems even closer, and hopefully not any closer than that. But as you can see, we have put a lot of this stuff from outside, furniture inside because of the precautions for the wind, and have taken a lot of precautions like that. We're pitching in any way that we can to help our neighbors, but we have not yet been asked to evacuate. And we're hopeful that the worst is over and we won't have to evacuate.
Okay, so Vishesh, that's good to know that the situation is not really as bad as we're seeing, in other areas. How bad is the situation on the ground? How would you describe it?
How bad has it been? Well, again, I think that's a relative question. We certainly have friends in the neighborhood who have evacuated when the fires are 10, 15 miles away. And then we have other friends throughout the city whose homes have burned to the ground. And so it's been devastating to some degree for everybody in the city. I will tell you that going to try to pitch in and help out throughout the city today, the entire city, the sky was orange and red, and you could see the first responders, firefighters, helicopters and planes coming in, and it looked like the apocalypse that you see in the movies. I'm sure in Bollywood they're making zombie movies, and that's what it looked like this morning. The thing that I noticed is that the firefighters are working incredibly hard. to try to keep us safe as best they can, and they really need help. So I encourage anybody watching, if you can, to get on Support LAFD. That is the Los Angeles Fire Department. SupportLAFD.org and donate to support the local fire department. They really need all the help and resources that they can get, and everybody's trying to pitch in right now.
Right. Also, evacuation orders are in place for 10,000 people. 5 people have already lost their lives. How have the, last few hours really been in terms of how stressful and how tense is the situation when it comes to the area in Los Angeles?
Yeah, absolutely. There have been a lot of tense moments over the last 24 hours. Parts of the city have been completely devastated, burned to the ground, and they will never be the same. And I've got a family, I've got a young daughter, so deciding what's best for our family and all of our families has been quite tense. But what I've been really proud to see is neighbors coming together, supporting each other, and really seeing the strength of the city. I mean, this came at an unusual time, right after the holiday. I mean, we haven't even taken our Christmas tree down yet. And so it's wonderful to see people supporting each other. And as we say here in Hollywood, the show must go on, and it will go on after a period of rebuilding and healing. And we would love to see you all come visit after all of this is done. Ao, Ghum Jao, we would love to have you. Thank you for letting me say a few words. Shukriya, namaste.
Right, Shukriya Vishesh for speaking with us here at NDTV. More than 1,100 homes, businesses and other buildings have burned down, and at least 5 people have lost their lives to the wildfires. Luckily, Vishesh is in an area where evacuation orders are not in place at the moment, but the situation is getting out of hand, acre by acre and building by building. These wildfires are taking over, and my colleague Vishnu Som is there in Los Angeles. We will keep coming back to Vishnu. We will keep getting more on the situation on the ground.